This is TriCounty Live, presented by Davenport Auto Park, bringing you the best from Nash, Wilson, and Edgecombe counties. Now let's join our host in the studio.
And welcome to TriCounty Live this Wednesday evening. I'm Sandra Smith, and I'm joined by Clint Williams.
Glad
to have
this
you.
Evening.
Absolutely.
And, we've got a good show for you tonight. We've teased us a little bit on Facebook, and been talking about it for the last couple of days. There was a pretty significant event that happened on Monday night at the Rocky Mount City Council, and we want to share some of their information with you. We want to share a little more information about it with you, and then we want to take your calls a little bit later on and get comments from our viewers, because we've been talking about it.
Yeah, we have, and quite frankly, our Facebook page blew up.
Our YouTube page has blown up.
YouTube page has blown up. And other people have picked this up and shared it with their friends, and Civitas picked it up and gave us a call today and said our page is blowing up. Mm-hmm. So it's just all over the place. So anyway, we
had a lot of comments online,
mm-hmm.
and some of it was a little rough. This show, we want to take a professional look at what's going on in our community. This is one of those, and we want to hear from our citizens. So we're going to put the phone number up in a little bit and take your calls. We're going to limit them to about a minute or so, but we want to hear what you have to say about what went down to the city council. But before we do that, we need to show you some information about it.
Yeah, let's show you what really happened.
We're going to play a video. We're going to come back from the video, show you some information from that video, go to break, and then take your call. So here's the video from the city council meeting on Monday night at 7 p.m. We're starting with the public comment section of the council meeting, not the entire meeting. And you'll see that the first commenter, the first 3 minutes, is about the event center. There will be some other comments not related to the event center. And then the last 3 minutes, and 3.5 minutes, is a response from a city council member in response to the first commenter.
Right.
So we'll go to that video clip right now.
Community to hold a public hearing to where you can inform all the citizens of the city of Rocky Mount about what you plan to do, in addition to giving more than 3 minutes to the citizens of Rocky Mount to have their feelings and opinions heard about the proposal that you have for the event center. And we hope and trust that this city council has not already made up their minds regarding the building of an event center. We hope and pray that you have the willing to hear the thoughts of everyone in this community regarding this. We have a lot of talented people who have a lot of thoughts, a lot of business folks. Y'all are very talented and within your own right, and we thank you for your service to the community, but there are also other opinions regarding this. So we beg and plead for you to have a public hearing upon this. Would anybody like a copy of the letter?
We'll get a copy when you get finished.
Okay. Another thing I asked from you is in the Rocky Mount Telegram on Saturday, there was a piece about what tonight's meeting was going to be about. I'm of the opinion, and we're of the opinion, and would like for the city clerk to post on the city's website far in advance, as opposed to today, the agenda for the meeting that is my time up? The city agenda, along with the packet that you as city council folks receive. I do serve on the planning board, and we have a planning board meeting tomorrow night. I received my packet on Friday. I'm of the opinion, even from the planning board perspective, that citizens of Rocky Mount need to have access to what is going to be presented on their behalf, and it should be public knowledge, and everyone should have access to that. You do have a website, and we can post that on there. In fact, y'all have everything that you have in front of you is digitized, and it will be very easy to have that posted on the website, so every citizen of this community can have access to everything that you do and know and be informed of what's going on in our community. So I ask that you please work towards that, not just from the city council perspective, but from every committee that we have within the city of Rocky Mount, including the planning board. And lastly, from the Telegram article Saturday, we learned that y'all going to have a proposal to approve $47,000 for another study. This was news to me and to others. I took the opportunity to go onto the city website and search, in addition to the Rocky Mount Telegram, on previous studies. And by my tally, since September of 12 to, if this is approved tonight, there will be 7 studies that have been approved, totaling $413,220. $413,220 for studies. We have people in this community that can barely pay their rent. We have people in this community that can barely pay their mortgage, can barely pay their utility bills. We're begging and pleading, and businesses on top of that you please keep this in mind. Put yourselves in the shoes of the people that are sitting out here. And so we ask that you please look at that. We have police and fire folks that protect us. Could they use this money? Teachers, could we supplement what the Nash Rocky Mount school system pays our teachers? Is that a better use of the money spent as opposed to another study? Thank you. Would you like a copy of my letter?
Yeah, we just give it to.
You want one copy or multiple copies?
Well, if you got multiple copies, we'll take it. Yeah.
Thank you. And feel free to call me. Most of you have my email and telephone number.
Any other petitions from the public?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor, Councilman. Louis Turner, 158 South Washington Street. I don't feel quite as intimidated since some of the people went out. I had another sermon prepared, but this one weighs heavily on my heart. I asked unofficially 3 people over the last year about the possibility of getting a bus shelter, Hill and Washington Street. I got 2 older ladies that attend classes over in the old post office building, 2 middle-aged ladies that go to the college. They stand out there in the sun and the rain. I have asked them, if I get a permit to build a shelter, would they help me? You should have seen them. So now, today is the 14th, and if I can't get a permit, in 10 days, we're going to start building a shelter. Whatever we can find.
Mr. Turner, we'll be glad to check into that request. I know we've erected a number of shelters, and I don't think we need to issue you a permit, but we'll certainly check and see. We do have a certain standard, and I was not one of the 3 that you asked, but we'll certainly check and see if we can't get that taken care of. 10 days. 10 days. I might be good. I'm not telling that good.
Any other? Yeah. Did you want to say something?
I was you asking.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you finish.
All right. Now I'm finished. I was just going to see if there's anybody else. Do you want to make a comment on Mr. Turner's behalf, or you want to get through this? Yeah. Yes, sir.
Evening, sir, everyone. My name is Robert Mills. I live at 249 Denzel Lane, like in Brattleboro, which is Rocky Mount. I come to you guys tonight because I run out of phone calls, nowhere else to go, about the street that I live on. And I'll make this very short. I bought the pictures taken this afternoon. I'd like to leave this with you and ask for any help I can get to get this street fixed.
What's the address?
It's Denzel Lane. It's actually the last 2 streets in the city of Rocky Mount.
What's your address? I'm sorry.
My address is 249, sir. And I have called everyone I know to call, and no answers. That's about 30 minutes today. And it's so bad. There's no sense that the streets in Rocky Mount be that bad.
Where's the street itself?
The street is you would need a 4-wheel to get to your house, so be truthful about it.
There's a contact number we can reach you.
Yes, sir. I work for the state of Virginia, but my home number is 252-977-2040, but I will be working the next 2 days, not 3. My next off day should be Thursday.
We'll look at it.
And we'll be glad to check into it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mills. Are there any other petitions from the public?
I just wanted to make a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Let's get there.
Oh, okay.
Elaine and Robbie Pate. Robbie's sister passed away, Ginger, who was handicapped on January 4th. And Pam was kind enough to bring a letter of condolence from Mayor Combs and the City Council. And Robbie and I both just wanted to thank you for your condolences on her passing, and we are so blessed to work with here in the city family. So.
I'd just like to say that you guys, ladies and gentlemen, make decisions every day that make this organization what it is. But it's the things you did the other day that make us a family, and we appreciate it.
Exactly. Thank
you for being here tonight. We certainly are sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Mr. Knight, do you want to make a comment?
I did a brief one. It was in reference to the event center that Mr. Daughtry just made. I continue to listen to his rhetoric and his negativity about the event center. And I don't believe that the reason that you don't support it because of the debt service. I do believe that you don't support it because of the makeup of this council, and that it's led by an African American city manager. I think your 3 minutes are up, so you can't speak anymore.
You want to come back, you can do that.
Also,
a council member making comments.
I believe you don't support it because of the possible location that it may be located in. So I think this council has really researched this event center, and I think it's something that's going to bring quality of life to Rocky Mount for all our citizens. And I'd like to see the same spirit that this whole community adopted when we supported the UNC Rocky Mount on the Western College campus. And for the record, I don't think it takes 9 to approve anything that we do. I do believe it takes 4. And I hope that we'll get those votes when the time comes if we decide to build the event center. Thank you for your concern.
You're not able to respond.
For being personally called out?
No. We're not going to get into a debate back and forth tonight about that. So we heard you, and Mr. Knight wanted to make a comment, so he's made that comment. Are there any other comments from the council, or is there anyone else that would like to present a position to the public?
Okay, there you go. We take that on Monday, this past Monday night at the City Council. So, and I do want to explain the reason we showed all of the speakers on public comment is because we wanted to show that we did not edit anything out. That was entirely what was said during public comments.
That's right.
That night. So just want to make that clear.
And so just to share a little bit more information with you to give you some clarity on the two subjects we're talking about tonight, and get into a little bit more detail. The first up is we want to tell you who the speaker was, Elijah Daughtry, who was the first person to stand up and speak, and who Andre Knight approached with his comments. We do have a graphic, if we can pull that up real quick, and I'll introduce who he is a little bit. There we go.
Okay. Elijah Daughtry is the owner of Daughtry Sales Company and Longstreet Wide Format Printing, both located in downtown Rocky Mount. President of the Community Council, 2012 past chairman of the Rocky Mount Area Chamber of Commerce, 2011 NEAR Award winner for Entrepreneur of the Year, appointed in 2013 to the Rural Infrastructure Authority by North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory, and committee member of the City of Rocky Mount Planning Board. So that is who Elijah Daughtry is.
And then the next thing we want to talk about, which is the slide that just briefly appeared up there, is the letter that he petitioned to the city council asking for them to give a little more thought and consideration to the event center specifically. He talked about a couple other things, but what he was spending his time was to talk about the event center. This is also the same letter that was in the Rocky Mount Telegram editorial on Sunday. And we can bring that up here real quick.
The proposed downtown event center should be a concern to every citizen in the city of Rocky Mount, Nash, and Edgecombe counties. Now is the time for each citizen to review the study and the proposal delivered by the AECOM consultants. It appears our Rocky Mount elected officials have the project loaded on a train that is ready to leave the station. We simply say, wait. Do not get in a hurry and do what is right. Educate the citizens of Rocky Mount and the Twin Counties on the project.
So that's the first one, and then the final slide. Do an extensive public hearings process and allow the public to be fully engaged. In the end, it must be the citizens of Rocky Mount, based upon the financial model, that makes this decision, not the wishes of 9 people. We all must remember that managers and elected officials come and they go, but it is the citizens that must bear the joys of their good decisions and the curse of their bad decisions. For more information on this letter, you can go to the communitycouncil.org. That is the communitycouncil.org website.
And we read that verbatim.
That's verbatim from there. And there is a much longer version of that letter. That's just the first paragraph or so from that letter. And now we want to get into the transcript of what Andre Knight said. And this is a partial transcript, but this is a true transcript. You can listen to the video, and this will follow along with the video. If we can pull that up real quick. Okay, we're having a slight technical problem with that, so we're waiting on that to get repaired. But just to go back to what Lige had said in his comments, he's basically asking the city to take a wait-and-see approach, to get more input from the community, since the community does not get a vote.
Right.
That was his position. He made the comment in there that 9 people, the wishes of 9 people. What the presumption there is that there are 9 city council elected officials. There is the mayor and the city manager, which would make up 9 people.
Right.
So that's where the number 9 comes from. Not an opinion, just to me, it's a respectful approach. It's a respectful request to the city. Again, people may have different opinions on that, and we're going to ask for your opinions in just a few minutes. But we also want to talk about what Andre Knight's response was, and to maybe gauge the appropriateness of that response. Are we getting any closer on that? Okay, just a couple minutes here. And just some information on Andre Knight, just to give you, the viewers, some information on who he is. He is, his name's Andre Knight. He is a council member from Ward 1. His term has been from 2003 to 2015 is how long he has sat on the city council. It will end in 2015. He lives on Cherry Street here in Rocky Mount, and you can reach him at, this is his work number as part of if you want to reach out to him, at 443-1619. And he is the mayor pro tem for the city of Rocky Mount for 2014.
Right.
And do you want to talk about what mayor pro tem is?
Yeah, mayor pro tem is actually if the mayor is not there, they take over. Even at ribbon cuttings, sometimes the mayor cannot be there, so the mayor pro tem will speak.
It's kind of like the vice president or something.
Yes,
like
it really
the person
is.
who plays in his stead. And he's also the one who leads the council of the whole meetings.
Right.
So the meetings that happen, say, on 4 o'clock once a month to set a pre-agenda for certain items, for resolutions.
Right.
Those meetings, the public's not allowed to speak, but certainly can attend.
And I think that rotates every year.
Right, that
to
does
a
rotate
different
every year.
council
But
person
this year,
every year.
Andre Knight is the one who essentially sets the agenda.
Okay.
So I think we're ready with that graphic, so we'll pull that up real quick. Okay. In reference to the event center that then this is Andre's quote. This is a transcript, just to clarify. In reference to the event center that Mr. Daughtridge has made, I continue to listen to his negativity about the event center. And, going to the next slide, I don't believe that the reason that you don't support it is because of the debt service. I do believe that you don't support it is because of the makeup of this city council, and that it is led by an African American city manager. And for the record, I don't think it takes 9 to approve anything we do. I do believe it takes 4. And I hope that we get those votes when the time comes and we decide to build the event center. So,
is there an emphasis on we decide to build the?
In the video, that's what we want our viewers to.
Yeah.
You know, make their own impressions.
Now we've thrown that out there. We want you to call for 7-11-11.
Well, we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we want you to call. We will not reveal who you are. It will be anonymous.
That's correct.
So,
all right,
anyway.
We'll be back after these messages.
Life is about making memories. From our family to yours, Bailey's Fine Jewelry will help you mark all those special occasions with a gift that will last forever.
From pearls to diamonds, Bailey's guarantees you will have the best jewelry experience possible. Our jewelry designers are here to assist you with all your custom design work. We work with you to ensure your complete satisfaction.
For any occasion, Bailey's is sure to have that special gift for that someone special. Nothing shows you care more than a Bailey box.
Life's full of unforgettable moments. Spend a moment in your Pandora store and experience the new collections.
Davenport is still working to make room for the construction of our new GM building. That means the construction clearance continues on all kinds of Buicks and GMCs. Drive a 2014 Buick or GMC for just $229 per month, or save up to $10,000 on remaining 2013s and service loaners. Great deals on Buicks and GMCs are here during the Davenport construction sale, going on now.
It's the real deal.
Carolina Precision Firearms is the Twin Counties' ultimate gun shop. Rifles, shotguns and handguns, suppressors, scopes and ammunition. Our selection and quality is unmatched, and our expert craftsmen build customized products with state-of-the-art equipment to deliver the best firearms and suppressors on the market. Hone your skills and test out your firearms at our state-of-the-art indoor range, and get your concealed carry license through one of our classes offered throughout the year. Carolina Precision Firearms at 2725 North Church Street in Rocky Mount.
And welcome back to TriCounty Live, brought to you by Bailey's Fine Jewelry and also Davenport Auto Park.
So just to recap what Andre Knight said and what we feel is the controversial moment. Andre Knight said in response to Elias Doddridge's presentation is, I don't believe that the reason that you don't support it is because of the debt service. I do believe that you don't support it because it is of the makeup of this council and that it is led by an African-American city manager. So we'll take your calls.
Good evening.
Hey, Sandra, how you doing?
All right.
I've got two questions. One, can the people of the citizens of Rocky Mount go to the courthouse and take an injunction against the city of Rocky Mount to put a hold on it? Second, I just don't understand why the people don't stick together on this thing. And the other one, does the Nash County, are they going to get any money from Nash County? Thank you. Y'all answer. I'm going to listen.
Okay.
I don't have the perfect answer for that.
Now, the county is not in favor of this.
Well, officially, they're not on or off the record.
Yeah, they're not, but really, the county, I don't think.
The way the laws are written,
is not in favor.
The community council webpage, if you go there, they make a presumption of what they feel is the result. They say that Nash County cannot fund anything that would be in Edgecombe County.
It's going to be in Edgecombe County.
So any taxes, sales tax, occupancy tax, beverage tax, any taxes whatsoever that are in Rocky Mount, on Nash County side of Rocky Mount, could not be applied to the Edgecombe side without some changes from the General Assembly, without a lot of votes.
He's asking about an injunction from the county.
Now the injunction, I don't know.
Yeah, we need to find that out.
Has the right to govern, and the city council has the right to vote on matters of governance. I don't know in that regard. I would say the best things that you can do as citizens of Rocky Mount is to go to city council meetings and to call, write, email the council members and let them know how you feel.
When you see something that you don't like or you don't think is right, anything, you should go. I mean, we can't walk around and gripe and complain if we're part of the problem. And you're part of the problem when you do not participate in the process.
And voting, when it comes time to re-election and so forth, voting is anonymous. You go into the booth and you check off your sheet and you turn it in. Nobody knows who you voted for.
Nobody knows.
And just like that tonight, anybody can call. We're not going to reveal your name. If you have an opinion on the situation, please give us a call. We'd like to hear if you support Andre Knight, if you don't support Andre Knight, if you support the event center.
Yeah,
we want to hear from you.
Either way. Hello?
If Andrea Knight is Mayor Pro, I think it's a shame if he would represent the city of Rocky Mount with the attitude that he has had to show with his attitude. And another thing, when he's saying we is also the citizens that will be paying for this. Now, there are a lot of businesses, which I'm sure Mr. Daltrich also represented, that have people that own them in the city of Rocky Mount. They do not live in the city of Rocky Mount. They have no vote.
Right.
That is taxation without representation. There should be some way that the legislators in Raleigh or someplace could make a law to say if you own property in the city of Rocky Mount, you should have a vote because you're going to be paying taxes something in Rocky Mount.
Okay.
And, that's taxation without representation, as I said. And then, as I said, it just doesn't seem fair that the citizens do not have an input when they're going to be paying. And I would like to know how a law or something could be made that people that own property in the city of Rocky Mount but do not live there would have a right to vote that for something as big as this. And I would hope that the city council members would listen to the public if they went and talked to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so there you go. There's a citizen who is not happy with Andre Knight. So again, we'll take your calls. We're not passing judgment. We're listening to you and what the viewers have to say. Again, we'd like to hear from anybody. If you support Andre Knight, if you don't support Andre Knight, if you support the event center, we have certainly aired our opinions on the morning show, and that's the proper forum, or not, depending on who you are. But on this show, we want to hear from the citizens out there who have an opinion on what's going on here.
Absolutely. 407-1111. Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
I'd like to voice my opinion.
Yes,
absolutely. Can you turn your TV down?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Mute.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. I've been in business for 34 years. I'm a local business owner in Rocky Mount. And if someone told me that I was going to open up a business that was going to lose $600 to $1 million a year, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, especially when it's on the taxpayer to pay for the loss.
And I'm not being racial or prejudiced here, but the majority of the taxpayers in Nash County and Rocky Mount are white people. And what are they going to do? They're going to raise the property taxes on the people that own property in Nash County and to help support this event center. And what they need to do is go to Roanoke Rapids and look and see what the people up there are facing right now. It's ludicrous to think that they're going to build an event center in downtown Rocky Mount on the Edgecombe side of town to have 5,000 people come to to an event, and they say they're going to have 2 events a year, well, where the hotels going to be? Where the hotel? Nobody, Holiday Inn is not going to build a hotel on the Escombe side of town to have an event that's going to happen twice a week.
Yeah. Yeah, they're saying 114 to 200 events a year, so that's what you're referencing there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And what Andre Knight, the comment that he made was exactly true, that if they want to do it, the 4 black city council members in Rocky Mount are going to do it. The other 3, W.B. Bullock,
Tom Rogers,
and
Chris Miller.
And Chris Miller, yep.
Chris Miller, and who's the other one?
Tom Rogers.
That's Tom Rogers, Chris
Rogers.
Miller, and W.B.
Their votes are null and void.
Well, and don't think that they might not vote for it either.
Yeah, they might vote for it
We're not
too.
saying
We don't know.
the vote is racial. He's saying that there's 4 votes, possibly, and that whether it's racial or not, he's saying they have the 4 votes.
They've got the votes.
Right.
They control the city of Rocky Mount. Those 4 black city council people control Rocky Mount. And the city manager has to go along with them because they can hire and fire him. So it's a done deal. You got 4 people controlling Rocky Mount, and that's the 4 black city council people that control Rocky Mount.
Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
Okay, 407-1111, let us hear your voice, or let your voice be heard right
If you
here.
disagree with that caller, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to hear both sides.
Yep. I will say that I'm glad to hear the calls that are coming in are focusing on the event center.
Mm-hmm.
This is my opinion, but my opinion is what Andre Knight said in terms of comments about racism are a distraction to the real subject, which is the event center.
And we need to stay focused on the event center, not on this show, but I mean in general, we don't need to lose focus of that.
Good evening, you're on the air?
Yes, I was just going to make a comment about Andre Knight, please.
All right.
Sure. Well, what it is, I mean, if that event center does get voted on and get built, if some Republican goes in there and does something that Andre Knight disagrees on, is he going to boycott it like he did Rose's?
Good point, because that certainly...
Escombe County needs businesses, you know, to help get tax money for Rocky Mountain, and then here comes a nice build up that block over there where Rose's is, the Dollar Tree or whatever, you know, and then he wants to come there and boycott it. I mean, here's a store that's making Escombe County look halfway decent.
Yeah, and the citizens over there really love that store.
And it's supplying jobs to people.
Yeah, it's supplying jobs, and we've heard comments from several citizens over there that just love it.
Yeah, so if they made some type of racial slur or something like that, I reckon Andre Knight's going to sit there and boycott it. I reckon something that he agreed to build, you know.
That's...
And I mean, you know, he's a city council. I mean, he should be for all the people, not just one race. I mean, I believe he's just one race person, but I mean, he speaks for human race.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Okay, well, y'all have a good evening.
Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Okay, 407-1111.
While we're waiting on that call, if we can pull that last slide up a little bit, I do want to talk about the city council makeup. There we go, that's it. And then the legislative body of the government of the city of Rocky Mount is comprised of a mayor and 7 members of the city council. The city is divided into 7 wards, and each ward is represented by a council member who resides in the ward. Members of the city council serve 4-year terms and are elected by the voters of the wards in which they reside. Elections are held every 2 years in order that the terms of the office will be staggered. So that information comes from the City of Rocky Mount website. We can pull that off now. As presented earlier, Andre Knight's term will end in 2015, so there are no election cycles this year that would affect anybody on the city council. The ones we have are the ones we have.
Right.
For right now.
That's exactly right. 407-1111. Let your voice be heard right here. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Listen, what? You said they're going to have like over 100 events a year at this place? I mean,
the ACOM study says they
yeah.
in their recommendation they say they see 114 to 200 events per year.
That's what the study shows.
That's what kind of events? I can't imagine what. And how much are they going to charge to get in?
You've got a very good point there. That's a very good question. We asked what kind of events, and they couldn't tell us.
Well, in their study, they theorize that some entertainments, some...
Oh, come on, man. Gospel things.
Well, they say some church events, some entertainment, some reunions, award ceremonies.
Okay, wait a minute, back up. Reunions. How many? Sir, how many people are in your family?
In my family?
Yeah.
Married. I'm not married. I'm saying.
But
okay, but your big family. I mean, how many?
Oh, okay. Well, when I grew up, I had 8 people in my family.
There you go.
Yeah, my mom and dad. Yeah.
Okay, so you gonna use the event center for 10 people?
Well, no, we had to pay for it. No.
You know, they're saying they're going to have family reunions in there. What kind of family is going to? I mean, really?
Well, I'm not saying. Well, yeah, we have family reunions and stuff like that, and they'll have 50 or 60, and I guess some of the families. Yeah,
but you don't. You don't need a 5,000 seat facility, do you?
Pay money to go there.
And you don't need 5,000 seat facility to have it, do you?
No, ma'am. I just wondering, you know, it's not even going to be able to pay for the utilities and the upkeep of the building. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I'm with you.
I will just say one thing to you and to any of the callers that come in. You feel this way. What the city needs to know is what you feel. They need to hear from you too. And so, again, you can shoot off an email or leave a voicemail with your city council member and let them know how you feel.
Or go to the meetings. Go to the council meetings.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, I'll try to do that, but you know what? I think you're doing it good. You know.
Well, unfortunately, that's the concern that too many people feel that way.
Okay.
I think the legal aspect that the first caller indicated, I think is the only thing that's going to do any good.
Right.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But you know what? The annexation people could have felt that way too.
They could have given up.
They could have given up. They didn't. And they were persistent.
The Sanderson Farms, whether you agree with that or not,
and they prevailed.
Yep.
So I mean.
Good evening. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. They say the four board members that they have the votes for, how they got the votes, who in their ward pays property tax other than rental income. It's nobody that pays any property tax to support this convention center in their ward.
Well,
in the other ward.
Right. Well, just to kind of define the puzzle a little bit, because Nash County will not be funding this, the people who live in Edgecombe County would have to be the ones who fund it.
That's right.
So the county property taxes for Edgecombe County, and I don't know how the city would divvy it up, but there's going to be a heavier tax burden on the residents and property owners of Edgecombe County.
And how can now Edgecombe County taxes are already higher than Nash?
Right, significantly.
How can they afford this? How can they afford more?
Exactly.
Yep.
They're already in Tarboro.
This will affect Tarboro, Leggett, anybody.
So Tarboro, you better listen up.
Princeville, Macclesfield, all those areas will be paying for this.
Yeah, they will.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Good point.
And, you know, the city cannot approve a sales tax.
No, the sales tax comes from the county, and then this is the law. The sales tax in Edgecombe County is affected by Edgecombe County. The city does get a portion of it, and there's a revenue sharing formula that because the city occupies so much percentage of Edgecombe County, they get a percentage back. Same thing applies into Nash County.
Good evening.
Evening.
You're on the air?
Yes, you guys better take a look north up in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, because we got a theater here, and trust me, all the taxpayers of this city have been taxed, and taxed again.
So you're in Roanoke Rapids?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you watching us right now? What cable?
Prism.
Very good. We're so glad to have you as a viewer. We know that Roanoke Rapids is new to our station, and thank you for calling from Roanoke Rapids. Yeah, you can give us a little history, can't you?
I sure can. I'm going to tell you. Our city council voted this thing in and had no backup plan. We all know when you do anything, it could fail.
Right.
Okay? The backup plan was to let the taxpayers pick up the bill and we'll tax them to death and let them pay for it.
Right.
Not a good deal.
And it definitely ended up to be a boondoggle, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Well, at least at the time,
you guys have heard about it. Everybody in the whole state's heard about it, and it gets worse before it gets better.
But you got some nice hotels up there, right?
Do what now?
You got a couple of nice hotels out of it, didn't you?
Yeah, we got a nice hotel out of it, but
is it full every night of the week? You know.
All of let me say this: they did all these studies. Those studies don't mean nothing. I mean, study. Spend all these money to do studies, and it's a big failure, and the taxpayers are stuck with it. Can't sell it. Can't give it away, really.
That's right.
Right.
Buyer beware. Just come north 35 miles and get yourself informed on it, because it's going to be a problem. I got a feeling.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for calling. Call us again. Call us again.
All right.
We'll do it. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So there you go. You got a tax-paying citizen of Roanoke Rapids.
Roanoke Rapids, so he knows how it is. He knows how it is.
All right. We got another call.
Hello?
Just calling a response. I was just turning to the station.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yes?
Yes.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just turning across the station here, and I have two things to say. Like, when are they supposed to be doing the building of the convention center here?
The construction is scheduled to be taking place in around the middle to end of 2015. They'll start it then.
Okay. And, I mean, I'm a citizen here in Rocky Mountain, and I think it somewhat would be good for the city because of, seems like, because I came back to Rocky Mountain after the flood.
Okay.
And it seemed like, when I left Rocky Mountain, it seems that textile and tobacco factories and stuff was the booming thing, and it seemed like after the flood, there's no employment. So maybe this can help, with downtown Rocky Mountain. It need to be something down there to help bring in. You got Amtrak coming through every day. You got, I'm listening to a lot of callers, and it seems like everybody trying to downplay it. But then there can be something good too, for the people who are in the city can get a job and can work. And I just think it's more than just a downplay of it. Yes, we're going to have to pay taxes, but I just still think it could be something good out of it too.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate
That's your
opinion,
and we appreciate you calling.
And please call back.
Okay.
So there you go. We got somebody who's in
Somebody's on the other side.
That's a rational argument there, and respectful. So we can appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. One of the things I'll mention, and we're getting some good calls in. Again, we're taking your calls, 40711, and we are not.
But hurry up and weigh in because time is getting short.
Actually, we need to go to
we do need to go to break. Let's go pay our bills, and we'll be right back after this.
With more calls.
Life is about making memories. From our family to yours, Bailey's Fine Jewelry will help you mark all those special occasions with a gift that will last forever.
From pearls to diamonds, Bailey's guarantees you will have the best jewelry experience possible. Our jewelry designers are here to assist you with all your custom design work. We work with you to ensure your complete satisfaction.
For any occasion, Bailey's is sure to have that special gift for that someone special. Nothing shows you care more than a Bailey box.
full of unforgettable moments. Spend a moment in your Pandora store and experience the new collections.
Davenport is still working to make room for the construction of our new GM building. That means the construction clearance continues on all kinds of Buicks and GMCs. Drive a 2014 Buick or GMC for just $229 per month, or save up to $10,000 on remaining 2013s and service loaners. Great deals on Buicks and GMCs are here during the Davenport construction sale, going on now.
It's the real deal.
Carolina Precision Firearms is the Twin Counties' ultimate gun shop. Rifles, shotguns, and handguns, suppressors, scopes, and ammunition. Our selection and quality is unmatched, and our expert craftsmen build customized products with state-of-the-art equipment to deliver the best firearms and suppressors on the market. Hone your skills and test out your firearms at our state-of-the-art indoor range, and get your concealed carry license through one of our classes offered throughout the year. Carolina Precision Firearms at 2725 North Church Street in Rocky Mount.
Okay, welcome back to TriCounty Live, sponsored by Davenport Auto Park and Bailey's Fine Jewelry. Thank everybody for calling tonight and participating. As we said, our Facebook lit up, YouTube lit up, so we decided, well, the people maybe want to have a voice. So tonight we decided to give you your voice on the topic.
All right, we got a call coming in.
Good evening.
Oh, whoops. We had a call coming.
Call back. Call us right back.
Yep.
We'll be happy to take your call.
We're not going to take your name over the air. You can be anonymous. And again, if you support the center, we had one caller in who supports it, and we will give you that time to talk about it. We're not going to interrupt you.
Hello?
You're on the air.
Good evening. How y'all doing?
Okay.
Good, good. Look, I wanted to ask a question.
Okay.
I wonder, and I think it was in 1984, best I remember. I guess at that time when the city council was involved with the electric cities, I guess electric cities probably looked pretty good at that time, didn't it?
Yeah.
They did. The restructuring that you're probably referring to, that's created the high utility bills that people complain about, that occurred in the late 90s because interest rates were low. They made the mistake of buying a variable rate, and the variable rate then went up. And when it went up, it created higher utility rates.
I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that, you know, it depends on, to me, and this is just an opinion that I have, but to me, it seems, it really bothers, I could care less about race, whether it be black, white, green, purple, whatever. I could care less about that, but the thing that concerns me, or one of my concerns, is that you got 4 people, and who supposedly have already made up their minds. I mean, I don't believe next city council, but you must believe that. But there's 4 people that will decide. We're talking about $40 million. Is that what?
Yeah, around $40 million, and $3.3 million a year in debt for 25 years.
Right. Well, that seems to me like that's a lot of money to be placed in the hands of 4 people.
Yep.
And I've been around the block once or twice, I guess, and I know, I hope that they have a city, I hope that they have a public hearing, but then again, they could go through the logistics of having a public hearing, and
that's what Mr. Doctors asked for.
Yeah, that's what he was asking for at the city council.
That was his whole purpose. That was his request, was the city to slow down and get public comment.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be interested. Well, tell me this, and I'll hang up because I'm sure there's some other folks won't call in. When is a decision supposed to be made, or when are they projecting a decision to be made?
The last city council discussion on it was in December. They tabled it until February, and they did at the time say they wanted to schedule some public hearings, but they have not done that yet.
Right.
So February would be the next time that and we don't know which date in February. I think it's the 10th, but I may be wrong.
Right.
But February would be the next time.
I always enjoy y'all's program. Thanks so much, and I just hope the citizens of Rocky Mount as a whole will not be disappointed.
Right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Right.
And he made a very good point that there are 4 votes, whether it could be Chris Miller and Tom Rogers and WB and Andre Knight. Those could be the 4 people who vote for it. Regardless of who they are, they have the power to vote on a $40 million complex that the citizens and taxpayers do not have a say in.
That is crazy. $40 million and 4 people. Wow. Hello?
You're on the air?
I'd just like to say that after watching on YouTube last night the city council meeting, I have all day been just totally dumbfounded.
Okay.
And why is that?
Well, I was so impressed by Mr. Daltrich, I believe that was his name.
Yes, ma'am.
How very much he had educated himself with the whole 9 yards. He had done his homework. Everything he said made perfect sense in relation to our city and the state that our city is in. And I think anyone with a 3rd grade education probably would agree that it would not be a good idea to spend that kind of money. I mean, it wasn't a good idea to spend $400,000 on studying the project. But in the end, Mr. Knight, that's what has dumbfounded me and has been the topic of conversation with 4 or 5 people I've run into around town today in various places. It is a huge, hot topic, and unfortunately, it's such an unpleasant one, and one that our city does not need to be dealing with on top of everything else that we have, the struggles that we have as a city. To have a man such as Mr. Knight to make such rude, just rude comments and have our mayor not allow any response back. I honestly have just retired and pretty much have decided now I think I will definitely move. I will move away from Rocky Mount. I don't see, I hate to sound pessimistic, but I do not see any good thing coming from this based on what I heard at that meeting.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we very much appreciate your comments and your opinion, and we hate for you to leave Rocky Mount because
we certainly don't want you to leave Rocky Mount.
You sound like you have a good head on your shoulders, and we hope you don't leave Rocky Mount. But we understand where you see there are challenges.
Well, thank you for listening. I feel better.
Thank you for calling in.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We wish we could take more calls tonight. Time is up.
Yep.
Got to make way for our next program. Thank you all for calling, participating, whichever side of the fence you're on.
You can continue this conversation tomorrow morning with Sandra and Lisa, as they'll be talking about this. If you want them to, they'll have other things to talk about as well.
Yeah, we'll have other things in the morning as well, but give us a call in the morning if you'd like, and we will continue. But for now, thank you all for watching TriCounty Live. Thank you for calling. Thank you, Clint. And we will see you tomorrow morning on the morning show, 7 a.m. Good night.
Good night.
Life is about making memories. From our family to yours, Bailey's Fine Jewelry will help you mark all those special occasions with a gift that will last forever.
From pearls to diamonds, Bailey's guarantees you will have the best jewelry experience possible. Our jewelry designers are here to assist you with all your custom design work. We work with you to ensure your complete satisfaction.
For any occasion, Bailey's is sure to have that special gift for that someone special. Nothing shows you care more than a Bailey box.